This is my first YouTube video. I thought I'd show some other geeks what I did here installing a netbook. This is an Acer Aspire 1, one of the early netbooks that I have taken apart and put in here in a way that hopefully is going to look good when I get finished. I basically took the screen out of the housing that it was in, and I took the radio out of the car. I put Velcro self-adhesive on the hole where the radio went, and I put the Velcro on the back of the screen. I took the case apart. The part that made me the most nervous was trying to solder a connection for the power. I needed a way to turn it on and off from outside, which I ended up taking the little switch off that's underneath the little plastic lever that's the button that you push to turn it on and off, and I soldered the two ends of this wire that was like a USB header thing. I soldered two connections, 2 points on that to replace that switch, and so now whenever you touch these two wires together, which I'm going to get a push button or spring toggle switch to put on later, it'll turn on, so you can have a remote switch to turn the computer on and off while leaving the guts of the netbook inside there where you can't get to it while you're going down the road anyway. So anyway, the idea was to do a neater installation than I did before, which was a ghetto setup. I used a ram mount and hung it in place of the visor on the passenger side. But I've got I'm using the VGA out from the netbook to go to a screen which I hung in the back seat, which is basically, this crazy mount, but because the original thing broke. But this is just an upside down 16-inch Acer LCD flat panel that I bolted to the ceiling, bolted it through the layer above below the sunroof. Anyway, so that works in the back, and for the kids to watch movies and stuff. And I've got a hard drive that I put in the glove box, and I ran a USB. I found that I didn't have enough room to put the USB connections on the end of the computer that was up inside. I only had room to put one connection on the same end that has the VGA and the power, and I ran that to a little USB hub that I put in the console, and from that I connected a USB to go to a GPS device that I just set up here in the windshield. I went underneath the driver's steering column and just basically went around the edge of the door frame to put it in here. And I've also got the USB that feeds through the console up into the glove box for the hard drive, and I've got another one. The blue one that I have here comes from the netbook to feed the hub. And then I've got a trackball. This is a Logitech one that I connect also got connected to that same hub. You can connect a keyboard here too, if need be. But I did discover that there's an on-screen keyboard that you can use, which is limited in its usefulness, but you can use it if you need to. And in any case, but I disabled the password on the login so that I didn't require a keyboard to actually get into the operating system. So anyway, I'll show a little more when I get it finished.